Hi everyone, how are you all today? This video is a quick one and just a recap summary of what was discussed, what had transpired during the Stepn Townhall monthly AMA held in their Twitter page September 14. So it's been a while since that AMA had happened, and as usual, we always use Crypto Edgar's summary because he always writes beautiful summary of what has discussed. To be honest, I hadn't listened to that live, but I tried to listen to the recording. But halfway through, I felt maybe, I don't know how to describe it, maybe bored, or it's not as the usual AMA that we usually we look forward into. And when we say AMA, usually we like to ask questions and they answer, and we like to know upcoming plans, definite dates. But this time it was very strange. And as you can see here, we will quickly run through with what was discussed. And like here, backstory, Yon and Jerry, they said they want to build a game around Satoshi, and they mentioned about he died on Earth, and then they're shattered in pieces, and then people had to walk to collect shards or the pieces of him, and that's the reason why there's gems in the game. And then they also said if you have a storyline, you need to stick to that storyline. And then they said all in all, they cut the whole thing, but they kept the token name, Green Satoshi token and Green Metaverse token. And then Jerry and Yon cycled through some names from Drystack, Stride, etc. And then finally they come up on focusing on global warming. And then they asked themselves, should they be focusing on graphics? And then they decided instead to focus more on mechanics, gameplay, tokenomics, and map behind the app. So they're telling stories about the background of the app. And then they said if team would go with hand-drawn sneakers, it couldn't be automated. And then eventually they came to the color patching solution. And then the first compromise that was made. And then before they encountered some GPS issues, and the team apparently doesn't want to make shortcut, and there's a lot of accuracy issues within the first 3 months, and they even approached Strava developers to work out what's going on because it's really hard, and they want to build something that people can rely on. And then they said they also untold the story, passed the story about their initial marketing, where Yon is a graduate of with a marketing degree, and there were a lot of issues in the earlier stage. And then it was very expensive due to their launch at the end of bull cycle. They even made a video with a monkey that was never released. And they eventually need to go to Twitter and learn how to market in Twitter. And also that's the reason why in Discord they have to offer some quiz to increase engagement. And then around a few months later, they became the main hackathon winner that gives them the first working capital. They even hired a social media expert, but it becomes a disaster. In short, it didn't help. And then Yon questioned the person ever was on conferences. This one, I can't understand this one. And then that person kept using Stepn credit cards afterwards. And then they also mentioned the time when Yon just had a surgery in the early stages of Stepn. And even he's lying in bed, he need to receive calls from the investors or VCs. And then they tried to slow down the hype with events such as double minting. And then during the time, that's the time that GST keep climbing up. And then Jerry and Young got depressed after the GST price crash. So I think that's the one around May. And then that's also the time that Mabel was hired. And then they have later on this I think just last month when they have the partnership with the FinApp and a Spanish European club, and they had a 1,100 sneakers with particular year and meaning behind the sneakers, and there's holders of the NFT. There's a competition, and I think I've also showcased this competition in my previous videos before. And then they answered why simple and basic design, to showcase the difference between common and high quality sneakers. And then the next batch of sneakers will be hand-drawn and will take a while to be released. So they will release it batch per batch, and it will soon be announced. And then they also mentioned about the Hong Kong expansion. And then I guess the only interesting part here is the GMT earnings. And they said they had started working on it weeks ago. And the team will need extra time to do those quality checks and rollouts. Again, we don't know how long is that extra time. And then they're working on GMT earnings and Rainbow sneakers same time. And they said they are on track on development side, and the burning side is still less than 3%. So there will be a lot of quality assurance needed during this process. And then during the official rollout, the team will need to do various server reboots and updates. So again, we need to wait for that. Now they are going through quality checks. Only when the person doing the checks is satisfied, they'll move on. I wonder who is that person, how many of them. And then, of course, we need to wait for the Apple and Google approval once they release it in the app. So they said the release date will come first, which, again, we're all been waiting for a long time. And still on this AMA, it was not mentioned. And they also discussed about the Ethereum merge, because just during the town hall, the merge still didn't happen. I think the merge happens 15 or 16. And they said there's nothing to worry about. Our whoever has ETH will not be affected. And yes, that's it so far, guys. It's a very strange, different AMA, because we understand it's the first year of Stepn, so perhaps they decided to just recap the first few months until they become 1 year old. What had transpired from, the conceptualization to choosing the names of the app to, winning the hackathon to marketing, etc. So it's like a blast from the past. So yeah, guys, I want to know what are your thoughts so far. For me, nothing new, except if you're not aware of what had happened to the history of Stepn, nothing new in terms of the GMT announcement. We hadn't still gotten the answer that we like. When will it be happening? Everyone expecting that this month, end of this month. So we'll still watch and see. But again, on this town hall, if you didn't heard it, I guess you didn't really miss a lot. So that's all I can say. And I just hope next town hall there will be something really good that us, the community, will be looking forward into. And hopefully everyone's still expecting for a better Stepn and to be back in its glorious days, because at the moment nothing much is happening. And yes, I still hope we just keep exercising, walking, even though the token prices are low. And I guess this is the main reason why I'm so involved in other projects as well. First, I don't want to be negative and be involved in just one project. I want to diversify, and I want hit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birds in one stone. So can you imagine if you're using other apps as well that serves the same purpose? While walking, you also have tokens. So for me, that's the reason as well why I'm also supporting other projects such as GenoPets, Walk-In, and all the other NFT project that I had showcased. And speaking, guys, of NFT project, watch out. I'm testing currently 2, actually 3 3 NFT project that I'll be showcasing in my channel. The first one I already mentioned before, but I just want to give an update since I already have that beta code. Same with the other one. It's in the alpha stage and beta, I think both on the alpha stage. So yeah, I'm so excited to share them to you soon. So please don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss that project that I'll be showcasing. And as usual, please let me know, guys, on the comment section. I'm reading all your comments and I'm trying my best to reply to every single one of you. Until next town hall of Stepn, let's go and walk.